Let's get straight into it then. Welcome back to another episode of A Drunken Night Out. I'm your host, Ken Hamlet, in the studio with a recommendation this time.
So Giovanni Diaz told me about you.
Yeah,
and I instantly messaged you, dude, which is weird because sometimes that doesn't work. I've messaged people before and they do not message me back, or they're like, no thank. They get weird because I get it, you know.
No, I mean, when it comes to like shows, like booking my show, I'm like, most of the time I'm like, send me a tape. I want to see a tape, and I also prefer to see somebody live. But with like the podcast, I'm like, if you got crazy stories, bring it up.
and that's what you said, man, because I didn't know. I listened to a couple episodes today when I was driving around of your podcast. And when I messaged you, you're like, you were like saying something about like, you got any drinking stories or any drug stories? And like, I'm an old guy now. Like, I'm 47, dude. Like, I haven't smoked weed. I heard that you don't drink anymore.
I smoke a lot of weed now.
So now, like, dude, I haven't smoked weed in like 5 years. Really? I was a weed head for like 25 years.
What made you stop?
I was getting anxiety. And I never got anxiety before. And I remember one time I had a fucking panic attack. I've only had one panic attack ever.
Damn.
And I had it on 55, getting on 90-94, going into the loop right there, going to hang out with my buddy.
You had it driving.
I do. You know what though? But I know what it is. I was, not to bore you, but I was on sleep. I was taking over the counter sleeping pills. Those gave me anxiety that I didn't know about until like later on, and like a couple years later maybe. And then that day I slammed like 2 cups of coffee, took like a fucking big old bong hit, and then I jumped in my car, was going to my buddies on my day off.
It might not have been the weed then, man. It might have been
no. And out of nowhere, as I'm 55 getting on 90-94 heading to the loop right there, fucking panic attack. I call up my buddy Russ Williamson, and I'm like, dude, because that's what I was going to see. I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack, or I didn't know what it was. And he was like, you're having a panic attack. And he was like, just get here. And dude, it was terrible. But that was the only one I ever had. But that was the start of it. I mean, it was getting to the point where I would like go into Walmart with my wife, going like grocery shopping. I'd have like a full cart of groceries almost, but not done. And I'm like, we got to fucking leave. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to run out of this place right now if we don't get out of here.
Shit.
And then by the time we get to the car, I'm like, fine. Like, and she was getting frustrated with it. And dude, I cut out sleeping pills. I cut out, which were over the counter. I was doing that because my job had me on fucked up schedules, and I had to get sleep, and then smoking weed and coffee. And I started cutting out everything. And then that's how I figured out what it was. And then I came back to weed a little bit. But I was trying to stop smoking weed for like 15 years. I was trying to, because dude, I just knew it was. Look, I love weed. I still love weed now. When I smelled weed at a street light today, like, and I was smelling it, and I'm like, but I just,
you know, you have to cut it out.
I already did the break away from it. Like, if I smoked weed now, I'd feel like a loser. Like, I feel like a loser, like I'm letting myself down or something like that now. And I hate talking like this because I know everybody's so pro weed now, and I'm pro weed too. When it works for people, it works for people. And I used to fucking love smoking weed, dude. But now that I broke away from it, I'm like done. I'm like done. And drinking, I still drink and stuff like that, but I don't drink heavy anymore.
You're not getting fucked up.
No. I'll drink like a couple of drinks to get my wife's panties down and get it going. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets her panties. You know what I'm saying? Where it's let's get it going. And in that, now I'll go to an altitude with drinking, but I won't go to like blackout altitude.
You're not swinging for the fences no more.
Hell no. Hell no.
You're like, I'm just trying to get some singles.
It fucks up my next day, and then I'll have the biggest hangover in the world. Not saying I won't take it there, but like, but
so you're pretty much sober now at this point. Not you're a social drinker, but like sober.
I'm a social drinker, but that's with the weed and stuff like that. Okay. And it's weird, dude. I remember I was doing a showcase at the fucking at Hilarities in Cleveland, like a year, like right before COVID. It was probably the winter, like in 19 before COVID, I think. And I remember I got to the hotel room, and I remember thinking, like, this is the first time I've ever been like on the road, and I'm not like smoking weed or anything like that, or I gotta get weed. That was weird. It was weird because then you're just like, oh, you just gotta, you're just like, oh, you just sit here. What's to eat? You know.
That's why I started smoking, because I would go out and like everybody's drinking, and I'm just like, I don't know what I just sit here with my hands.
So many comics and fucking airline pilots. That's how they become drunks and shit. That's how truckers become drunks, because they're they're in a fucking hotel room and they're like, what can I do? And you know, airline pilots
right
can't.
There,
yeah, you can't do fucking weed. I guess maybe you could do coke, but if you hit a drug test for like airline pilots, and then that's why comics become, or everybody's like, come on out for the show, come on out for the, whatever.
Yeah,
and
then you just end up,
and that's how road comics become fucking drunks and stuff like that. And nothing against that. No, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just easy. It's part of like, it's the nature of the work that we do. We're out late at night for one.
Yeah, and then it's nighttime people shit.
And everybody like wants, people start doing coke.
Let's go to drinks. We're going to this place. We're going to that place. Yeah, dude. Somebody's going to get a fucking DUI, Like, dude, it's
so real. Some of my best friends got DUIs. One of my friends is stuck in Washington right now. Shout out to you.
Yeah, you get a DUI, you better be a city person, because like you're fucked. You're for like a year and a half. It's like a $12,000. Dude, that's another thing is too. Like I probably should have had like 5 DUIs. I was thinking about that. Like probably at least 5 DUIs, maybe more. Yeah. And then also another thing I was thinking, like the last time I really was drunk and driving, I was living in the north side, and it was right when I met my wife, dude, when I was like first met her. And I was driving through the loop, getting on 55, heading towards Midway Airport. And I remember that on-ramp, the way I was coming the opposite way with the panic attack. That fucking on-ramp right there, or that exchange, that interchange right there, getting on 55. Yeah. That's where I was on there in my car, and I was thinking, Eric, you are fucked up. Just get there. And I remember thinking that I should. That's the last time my drunk and drive really was that. Damn. All over some pussy. That's what I was thinking about. Like, how many people have had DUIs just over pussy? Can you say pussy on this thing? I don't know if you can cuss on this, but I've already put it out. But yeah, how many dudes have got DUIs off of pussy? That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. For sure.
Where I was thinking, like, dudes, like, if you get pulled over by a cop and they go, where are you going? You go, I'm trying to get some pussy. They should probably just let you go. They just go on, man. Yeah, I'll give you a fucking escort. Let's get you. How far is she down the road?
Right, yeah. Right? Like, if it's a safe driving distance, they're like, all right, you deserve some pussy.
Yeah. You've never had a DUI?
No, never. I should have had multiple DUIs. I was in Ohio, same thing.
I'm from Akron, Ohio. We're at in Ohio.
Oh, man, I was
probably like Dayton or fucking Columbus. That's where everybody,
No, it was like Massillon. It's like out there. There's
Massillon. Dude, I grew up down the road from there, man.
Okay, yeah. So I was out there doing
crack pots. That's where
Mitch
Trubisky fucking went to high school at.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I thought nothing was from Ohio. So
well, there's a comedy where you're doing a one-nighter over there or something like that.
I was doing Crackpots, the comedy club out there. It's like
shit.
I don't know how old it is, but I was doing Crackpots and I was like getting fucked up.
Yeah. You got to watch that. They got that their road is like 91. They have this like long what do you call that? Like an interstate or something like that.
Yeah.
And 91, and there's so many fucking cops up and down there. So many people got into you. Oh yeah?
I was booking it, man. I was drunk as shit. I was just leaving a strip club. It was late as hell.
Yeah.
And I was drunk as shit. And the second I went past him, I was like, fuck, he's gonna pull me over.
That's as soon as you're fucked.
And but I was gunning it, and I had Illinois plates, and so I was just like, hey, I just left the comedy club, like blah blah blah, whatever. And he was like, and it was cold, so he had his mask, like his face mask up. But if he didn't have his face mask up, and it wasn't that cold outside, I definitely would have got busted because I smelled like alcohol. There's no way I did. The amount that I drink when I was drinking, I know that I smell like alcohol, like just coming through my pores the whole next day. So I was like, fuck, that was
got fucking lucky.
I got lucky
dude.
as shit, dude.
I had a buddy, Mike Dowdy, man. His ass, one time he said he got pulled over. He's a white dude, and he got pulled over, and he said that he did a country accent just to kind of cover up the slurring, because he was gonna slur so bad. Just like what I go, dude, I've never heard of that shit before. You do a whole different accent. He got into a character, dude.
That's genius.
But you know what? He fucking
fucking genius.
Got down the road, dude.
That's fucking genius.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll try that because I'll fuck up.
Dude, getting pulled over I remember one time I there was I did it 3 times. I bought weed from, I used to work at this putt-putt course as a second job. It was a putt-putt course in a driving range. And there was some deaf dude that worked there that was selling weed, Casey. I mean, he was like deaf dude, like, like the voice and everything. And he was selling weed really cheap. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy a bag or whatever. I'll go over there and get some weed. People forget, like, there used to be, like, I'm old. Like, you used to have to go to a weed guy. Like, now everybody's spoiled where they go to some fucking billboard weed store, which is great. But back in the day, you only had like 1 or 2 weed dudes, maybe 3 if you're lucky in like most towns and shit. And I remember knocking on this dude's door and ringing the doorbell, and his roommate was deaf too. And instantly I realized, like, you're a fucking idiot for buying weed from these. These are the stupidest fucking drug dealers ever. Like, this ain't a joke, but like if they ever got raided, they would never even fucking know.
Yeah, you can't hear them.
You're not hearing no cops banging on the door. But dude, like the third time, I bought weed from them 3 times because they're selling cheap ass bags of weed. And the third time I left their house, they must have already been, it was out by Kent State University. Yeah. And it was, dude, as soon as I left there, boom. Like the major road out of the neighborhood. Cop pulled me over. Luckily, they were not there. The fucking cop had a dog. I hear a dog. I go, you got a dog in your car? Because I'm like a 23-year-old dude. I'm like, and I knew what he was. I was just asking him that. You know, he was like, yeah, we got a dog or whatever. Motherfuckers brought the dog out and everything like that. And I go, that's the last time I'm buying with. They're watching your house, bud. They are watching your fucking house. You gotta
go back and like, hey, dude, they're on to you, man.
Dude, that's when I realized, like I've said it for years. Like, I don't want to talk to, like I know nobody wants to talk to cops, but like, I don't want to talk to cops. Nobody wants to talk to fucking cops.
No,
ever.
But I talk my way. I always can, like, I've been drunk so many times being pulled over, and I talk my way out of every. I never even got a single
drunk
ticket.
Pulled over.
Man, fucked up.
There's no way I could pull that off.
So many times. I remember my first weekend in college at Utah State. I was fucked up, and everybody was like, you should stay, and I was like, nah, I don't know you guys like that. I'm not staying here. So I drove across town to get over to my dorm room. And I was fucked up, and I got pulled over. I had no headlights. Like, my headlights went out, and the cop like pulled me over.
Like, they were just off, or like no
they're
headlights?
Out. They're like done.
Both bulbs are just burned out.
Burned out.
That's young guy shit, though. That's like young guy. Like, I'm an old guy where it's like, pop your fucking hood. Let's go out. I'll get my fucking hand in there, and we'll twist it out, pull it out. You know.
The dumb thing is, I'm a car guy, so like I would change them. But when I was there, I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, being
like,
lazy and
I'll
shit.
turn on
You're
my
a young
fog
guy.
lights. Yeah, I was like, I'll turn on my fog lights and drive around. I got pulled over. The cop was like, dude,
you're just
you got no headlights, and I was like, what? Are you serious? I just changed them.
Yeah.
And then he just like
Blame
we had a long ass a long ass conversation. He was like, all right, man, get out of here. And I was like, yeah, I got to get a practice tomorrow. And he was like, oh, you're an athlete? And I was like, yeah, I'm on the track team. Got distracted and then just let me go. And went
Is he fucking stupid, or like they just not? Are you just pulling one over on him? You think?
No, I just
because aren't they looking for that type of shit?
Yeah,
like
for sure. It's like 3-4 a.m. Like,
dude, they know. Like,
college town. Come on.
You know, like now I'm like a grown adult. When I see shit, I'm like, yep, I know what that is. Yep. I know, not all the time. I guess if you're not looking for it, but if you're a fucking cop pulling over somebody at 3 in the morning, dude, how's that like going to Utah State? I've only stayed one night in Utah, passing through at a hotel. It's a beautiful state, man.
It's pretty as fuck.
That is a fucking beautiful. How is that? How was that?
It was shitty. I stayed there for a year.
Really?
Yeah. It was,
you didn't like the program, didn't like the school?
I didn't mind the school too much. It was just like, it was a culture shock. Like, I went to an area where it was super conservative. I'm from the Northwest, so we're super liberal out there. Yeah. They're super conservative.
Yeah. They're like super conservative, huh? I thought it was liberal out there too.
No, man. It's conservative.
Is it because it's so
all
religious?
Mormons. Yeah, exactly. It's all Mormons.
Yeah.
So they're super conservative by nature.
Are they always trying to recruit you and shit? Like, come to our thing?
Yeah, 100%. My brother, so I got my brother to go out there, and then he became Mormon like after I
left.
They
got him, huh?
But he's not Mormon anymore, you know. We saved him.
Not anymore, huh?
Yeah, but he was Mormon for a good minute.
Yeah.
Like, even after school, after college graduating, he was like Mormon for
I don't even know what that means. Years. Like, I don't even know what it is to be Mormon. Like, I don't even, I've never even been around them.
They're like the cultiest church type that I've ever, they're like super culty.
Yeah.
And it's like every time that anybody that I knew from Utah State that was Mormon, if they moved from Utah, because like that's how sheltered it was there. If they moved, they just immediately
shake it
Mormon
off,
anymore. Yeah,
that's probably like a lot of things, dude. Out of sight, out of mind, and you get away from it, dude. That's like when you're just around like losers. Like, I grew up around losers.
I like how you just equated the Mormon church to losers.
No. I'm not even attached to that fucking that whole thing. But what I'm saying is, like, the way I see that is like I grew up around losers. Like, I grew up around like fucking like people that are like, we're never gonna win. Like, never gonna win, motherfuckers. They might not admit that, but that's basically what it was. But then when you get away from that, because that shit drips on you too. It drips on you, gets in you and shit like that. Then you kind of think that. I never thought that because I got away early. But I see the motherfuckers that are still back in Ohio where I'm from and stuff, and those people I'm thinking of. But that's it. That's like that too, man. And, and if you get away from it, you could be a different motherfucker.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what happens all the freaking Mormon people. But
yeah, I knew a dude. I met a dude a couple years ago that was, he was like gangbanging and like he was hustling like a drug dealer since he was like 9 until he was like 27.
Yeah.
And he got a job for like 7 months and he wasn't selling any drugs anymore. And he goes, yeah, but they're still shooting at me. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, like a week before dude, a week before we were talking, he had a bullet miss his head by like 4 inches and went into a fence post as he's walking to the store. And I go, what'd you do? He goes, I got a good shot off. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I heard one of them go, I'm hit, bro. So he shot back at him and hit one of the motherfuckers, right?
God damn.
And he goes, I just want to be like, I'm out. Like, I'm out. And I told him, I go, dude, why don't you fucking like leave the neighborhood? Leave, because I told him, I go, dude, you could move to like any town. You could move to San Diego, anywhere you point, and be a different motherfucker.
You could just move the town next, the next town over.
Yeah, you could move to fucking Indianapolis or something like that. But I'm saying but you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people can just, most of the time, you could move to a different place and reinvent yourself. Be the dude you want to be. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, 100%.
When there's people really shooting at you, you need to fucking go.
Yeah, that's different. Like shooting at you, it's time to go anyway. Dude,
dude, I had a baby mom that wanted me fucking dead. Guess what, bitch? I'm leaving.
I'm gone. Yeah,
you're dating every coke dealer in the neighborhood. I'm fucking gone. This is a numbers game. Eventually,
somebody's gonna
dude, I seen one of her coke dealer boyfriends at Chi-Chi's one time. That's how old I am. I'm eating Chi-Chi's. That was like the Applebee's of fucking Mexican food, dude. And this motherfucker's giving me the eyes, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm just trying to eat seafood nachos. And some fucking bitch I used to fuck that I have a kid by, which is fine, but now I got a thing with you.
Yeah, like I don't even know you.
Fuck you.
I'm like, I can't even enjoy my Chi-Chi's.
Yeah.
It's time to get out of here.
I'm fucking out of here, man. So what's up? You were a track guy, huh?
Yeah, track.
Well, like sprinting and shit like that.
I was short sprints.
Yeah.
Also jumped and stuff. But
what was your 40, dude? What were you? What was your 40 time?
40. I don't know. That's like football shit.
Yeah.
I played football like up until my junior year in high school.
Yeah?
I stopped. I don't even remember what my 40 was, but it was.
Yeah.
I was all right. I was decent.
Dude, when you think of track, like when I think of track, I want to be guys like you. Like the sprinters, like the motherfuckers that are hurdling and shit, and then they do the baton thing. Like I don't even like the
relay races?
The relay, that's bullshit. I don't like that at all.
Why?
But like the sprinters, that's where I see it and I go, yeah. Like I went to school with it.
That's the cool guys, dude. For sure, that's the point guard. That's the quarterback. Yep.
I grew up with a kid, Nate Riles, man. He was my buddy, and he ran a 4.34. That motherfucker. Damn. And yeah, dude, he was a fast guy. But they didn't recruit you for everything because they recruited him for everything.
No,
fast guys like football. You play baseball? No. You play basketball?
Nah. I had like a little bit of like people trying to get me to play lacrosse. Because I played football, and then they're like, "You should play lacrosse," and I'm like, "I don't."
Did you grow up in a nice area then, or something like that?
I went to a very nice high school.
I grew up around like white trash, blue collar people. Like we never played lacrosse. Nobody even played soccer. I until I was like in my 20s and I was like dating a girl that like grew up in a nicer neighborhood and she played soccer. That was the first soccer person I ever met. But lacrosse, never met a motherfucker that played lacrosse.
Yeah, well, so we grew up in an area where like all of it's super segregated. Mm-hmm. But I went to like the black schools, and then my mom, we had a situation where we went to an open house for the high school. My mom met one of the science teachers that doesn't have a science background. Yeah. And then she was like, "Nope, you're not going to this."
You got a good mom. She's smart.
Yeah, so she made the better choice. And then so we ended up at the like super white high school. Yeah. And it was like the affluent high school. Yeah. And so they like the soccer team was like fucking one of the best in the state. Yeah. They had a lacrosse team. Yeah. Like I didn't even know what the fuck lacrosse was.
Nate Riles and my other best friend and a couple other the good athletes in my public schools. Those good schools would always take the public school athletes. Yeah. So that like my high school would fucking suck. And then, because it was my friends went to Hoban, and then the other kids went to St. Vincent St. Mary where LeBron James went to. Okay, yeah. They would always fucking pluck all the great athletes, like all of them. And why would they not? They're getting a better education. You know what's crazy? Like the high school parties that I would go to from like public schools. Yeah, they'd be there smoking weed and stuff like that. You'd see a fucking fight of like some loser fucking going nowhere, fucking some dude named Chevy would show up and beat everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, seriously. Some dude named Chevy and Amp would show up and they'd fuck everybody up, like somebody that wants to challenge him or something like that. And that's all that would happen. But then when I would go to my buddies that went to the better schools, like St. Vincent St. Mary and Hoban and stuff like that, the Catholic schools, they were doing good drugs.
That's what I was going to ask you.
They were doing like coke and shit, right? And then like, the fucking, all the kids had nice, like different nice clothes on. They're pulling up in nice cars and shit like
Beamers and shit.
Yeah, dude. It was a different type. It was the first time I go, it's just a quick stare where you go, okay, I see what's up with that. Yeah. There was,
So did you start, so we talked about the drugs and stuff in high school. Did you start doing drugs and stuff in high school?
You know what, dude? I was a drinker. Everybody in my family are like all the guys are alcoholics. They're all alcoholics. So my grandpa died of liver cirrhosis at age 51. I'm 47 and this motherfucker checked out at 51. But he looked like he was 85. I remember my grandpa when he was like 51, he looked old as fuck, you know, because he was just drinking forever. And then all the guys were alcoholics and shit. So I seen that. I had a lot of family members that are doing like prescription pills. My mom still to this day is a pill head.
Really?
Like, yeah, always not. She wasn't as bad early on, but all of the relatives, like a large percentage of them were. So I always seen that. I always seen the drinkers and stuff like that. And I always knew like right out of the gates, like early on, I love drinking. Yeah. I love drinking. Like, I got drunk. The first time I ever got drunk was I was with my stepdad and all his buddies and stuff. And my uncles were there and stuff like that. We were watching Mike Tyson Spinks. I was like fucking 12 or 13.
You were drunk
I was sneaking beers. And I got fucking sick as shit off probably not even a lot. Probably like 4 beers got me like Erlin and stuff. And but that was it was whatever date that was where it was Tyson Spinks. Damn. That was the first time I ever got. So when I would see guys partying or having fun, it was always drinking. Yeah. So early on in high school, we were drinking gas station liquor. We were drinking fucking all that cheap stuff at a gas station. We were drinking screwdrivers. We were drinking. I'm old, man. I'm much older than you. So we were drinking like Cisco. We were drinking like fucking Mad Dog.
Yeah. Like Wild Irish Rose.
Wild Irish Rose, Boone's Farm. Dude, in high school, right out of high school, my buddies were having Boone's Farm drinking contests. And this is right when gangster rap was popping up and stuff like that. So then, every malt liquor there was, that's what we were drinking. St. Ives, Colt 45, whatever malt liquor, off-brand shit and stuff like that. And we were drinking those and stuff.
85 cents a 40.
Oh, yeah, it was cheap, dude. $1.43. It was like $1.43. I got suspended my 9th grade for getting drunk. We had a thing called May Day, where at the end of the year we would have like a ceremonies in the morning and then they'd have games and shit in the afternoon. Dude, everybody would get fucking drunk. I was drinking E&J in the back of a fucking a van. Some dude that I knew was like, he had a bottle of E&J. You ever drank E&J? Nah. They call it Irk and Jerk here, but they call it Easy Jesus where I'm from.
E&J is that's that cheap ass whiskey.
It's like it's something like that, brandy or whiskey or some shit like that.
My cousins,
it's the only time I've ever had it.
Yeah, my cousins are like, they'll drink that shit, and I'm like, dude, this is
fucked me up.
But I'm not fucking alcoholic, so I'll drink whatever's available.
Dude, it fucked me up. We were in this the pep assembly thing and way up top. I'm like the worst seats in the house, big auditorium. Puked up top. The puke goes all the way down the fucking. I swear to God, everybody in the whole place thought like from them they knew they probably all thought I was a drunk because from then they see me. Oh, I knew it. I knew it and stuff. And dude, so even 9th grade and all drinking all through high school. And then so I already I should have been alcoholic like 5 times. Like I said, DUIs, I should have been an alcoholic. Because I'll put the fucking gas on, and then I'll luckily, just by nature, for some reason, I would hit the brakes. And I'd always know not to touch it too hard. Because, dude, by the time I was out of high school, probably 4 or 5 of my close neighborhood friends were already alcoholics.
Like full-fledged.
Drinking all this. I'm talking by freshman year in college. Damn. If they even made it there. Only like 2 of my buddies went to college at that point that were drunks. Yeah. And then the other 3 just went fucking working somewhere and whatever, but they're full-blown. Yeah. So I already seen that and I go, and my grandpa dying and all the drunks. So then I already kind of knew, like, don't touch that. Dude, I had a childhood hero. My stepdad had a best friend named Dave Poe. This dude was a bad motherfucker. And like 86, this dude he looked like a Ken doll, like Barbie and Ken, blonde hair, tall dude, fucking great smile, always had a bad bitch, drove a Porsche in like 86 and stuff like that, made a shitload of money, had the best neighborhood in town. He had a nice fucking big house over there, walked in the room, always cracking jokes, everybody loves him. Dude got hooked on coke. Ruined his whole fucking life. Damn. So I knew that where it was like, don't touch that shit.
Don't touch coke, yeah.
Swear to God.
Yeah, you're like, I won't touch the powder.
I'm down on a lot of shit, but those things, like with the drinking, and then I seen like the people in my family with the pills, like luckily, the problem is about having that shit around your kids. A lot of times you'll touch that shit and then it grabs them because the shit's strong and it will grab you. It will. It's taken down better people than me and it grabs you. But then sometimes you'll have it around the kids and then they might dabble with it, but then they realize, like myself, that's like, don't touch that, don't touch that, and watch touching that. Okay. And then, so all through high school, all that shit. And then right when I was about 21, because I was drinking all through there, I ran into a weed head. And I would smoke weed and stuff through high school and stuff like that. And I didn't like it a lot because I was always around athletes. And dude, I'm old. Like the dudes who were smoking weed when I was growing up, they were all like burnout white dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They would wear like the jean jackets with the fucking, you know, Iron Maiden patches on the back.
I was like Iron Maiden, like rock band.
I never hang out with these motherfuckers ever. These aren't my white dudes.
The grungy guys, yeah.
Hell no. Long hair, dirty motherfuckers, you know? Like, I'm like, I was always around athletes and stuff. Never those dudes. Yeah. Never those dudes. And then, so I met a weed head that I worked with when I was like 20, 21. And you know, he would always try to give me weed. And I would smoke weed every once in a while, but it never really got hooked to me. But I did realize like something like a light bulb went off where I go, I could smoke this and like an hour I can get in my car and drive home. But if I get drunk, I'm fucking paranoid for a couple hours at least. You're done. You can't drive home.
Yeah, I've never.
That's why I leaned into weed, dude.
Yeah. Okay. And so weed. So you would say like if you had to pick, because I'm the show is now called Getting Faded with Ken. You have to pick a substance. Like what all have you done in your lifetime?
No, it's just weed, dude.
Just weed and
dude. Trust me, I've had times where I've had people, dude. I've been in rooms with coke. I've been in where they're like, you want this? And I'm like, you know, it was there. Yeah. And I learned from old boy, don't do that shit. Dude, I used to drink. I used to work at a comedy club. I used to work at the Funny Stop, which was called Hilarities in Cuyahoga Falls. Okay. Yeah. You know, and I used to work with one, like a coworker, some Lebanese dude that was my buddy, man. He was from Lebanon. He grew up in Toronto and he would go back and forth. And I remember it was the only time I've ever seen meth. He got meth from one of the chicks. Meth. Dude, I used to smoke weed with him and drink Budweisers on his couch and shit. And he had a bar next to his house, so sometimes we go over there, get some drinks, come back to his house, smoke some weed and stuff. Yeah. Real great guy, real cool dude. He's an artist. This motherfucker would have like a little closet in his apartment he put a desk in there, and that motherfucker would just smoke weed and just do art. He'd have all kinds of shit. He like real talented dude. And we used to work with a chick that her boyfriend had a meth lab in her basement. That was the first time. You're talking, this is like 01. I never heard him. I heard of meth, but I didn't know what meth was. It wasn't around like that. And I remember I was on his couch and he was in that closet doing art shit. And he was like, hey man, he talked like this. He was like, hey man. And he put out a little bag and it had a real little line of meth in there or something like that. He was like, you want some of this? And I'm like, what is that? And he was like, it's meth. I go, Since I don't do coke or nothing, I was like,
like, hell no, I don't.
And dude, he told me like days later when I seen him, I go, hey, how was that shit, man? Or whatever the words were.
Oh, that was his first time also?
That was first time ever. He only did it that one time. Okay. And I go, how was that? And he goes, dude, it's the worst. He goes, I couldn't go to sleep for like 2 days. It keeps you up for days. He literally said he was banging his head against the nightstand or like the headboard or whatever. Couldn't fucking. So no. And dude, mushrooms, they're like.
Have you tried shrooms? You tried them?
Nah, I had a weed dealer that always had mushrooms in a jar that he would, and I'm like, nah, I don't like that shit, dude. I don't like being out of control. Dude, you already see that idle already high. Like, I already idle high. This is like my I don't need to bring shit into me. I did edibles one time at the JW Live in LA. My buddy lives out there. He dropped off some fucking like 5 edibles at the front desk. When I checked in, they gave me the package. I went up there, ate a whole candy bar. It was the first time I ever felt like I was on a drug.
Yeah, edibles, that has a totally
I didn't
different
like that.
high. Yeah,
I don't like being on drugs like that, dude.
Okay,
it's not
fair.
I'm
same though. I have like some shrooms over there that I had a dude give me, and I just been holding on to them. I'm like terrified of like the psychedelics and shit like that. I get it.
I get it, dude. People like that shit, but it's just not my fuck. And plus, I'm old now, dude. I know it's people been like they've already said it. Like, and also, dude, I got a 2.5-year-old now. Yeah. Like, I got a 2.5-year-old, man, and I can't be that, you know.
Crazy.
I can't be that crazy dude anymore. And get, dude, fucking 7 years ago, I was with Russ Williamson. He was doing casinos up around the fucking up around the Upper Peninsula. He went up to Wisconsin. It was like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing. Okay. And I tagged along with him. We left with like a quarter bag of weed and we were smoking weed and having fun. Since he was working, I was just fucking having fun the whole time. Yeah. Dude, on Sunday, I wake him up in the hotel room. I go, let's get back to Chicago. We're like 6 hours away. And he goes, I want to sleep in. I was like, dude, fuck that. I got shit to do today. I was like, I'll drive your car. And I was like, once you wake up, you can drive the rest of the time or whatever like that. Yeah. Dude, we're up in the Upper Peninsula. I'm 10 and 20 in it driving. There ain't nobody around. It's all forest up there and shit. We're 5 hours away from Chicago still. Yeah. Cop pulls out. We had dude, pulls us over. I'm not speeding or nothing. Yeah. There ain't no cars around me or anything like that either. There's cars like a fucking mile ahead. And And he pulls us over. He goes, you guys got anything in the cars? Russ says, which I ain't mad at him, whatever. He goes, there's like a small bag of weed in the console right there.
Why did he even tell?
I don't know why he told. He's trying to be fucking honest Abe over here and shit. And dude, it was literally like $10 bag of weed. It was just a little ball of weed. So dude, he sees that bag of weed. Since I was driving the car, I get hit harder. They give him like a ticket, but they hit me harder. I didn't know this. I didn't know it. You know, whatever. And as I pull off, I look at the ticket. I swear to God, dude, I still got the ticket somewhere. Yeah. The motherfucker said that I was tailgating somebody. That's why he pulled me over. I swear to God, dude, the nearest car, that's why I said that was like a mile ahead. And then I see the whatever, the weed, whatever the words are on that. And I had to go to court like 3.5 hours from Chicago to this in the forest. Jeez. Like I show up there in a suit and shit. Like I was working at a hotel at the time, so I had plenty of suits.
On cowboy boots.
Dude, I got on a suit. I go in there. Everybody in there is wearing like fucking hunting gear. I swear to God, dude, not one not everybody's wearing hunting gear. The judge even says thank you for dressing up and stuff like that. Those motherfuckers over a $10 bag of weed, they put me on probation for 6 months.
No way.
Yeah, dude, and like $1,000 fine. I had to do like 21 hours community service.
And you have to go up there for your probation.
And dude, I had to come back twice. I had to go there for that court date, come back a month later, and then they go, hey, if you can get this shit done in pay the fine, get the 21 hours and whatever drug class, and within a month we'll suspend it and you won't even see it on your record. I fucking did that shit. My fucking wife was in my goddamn ear. Yeah. So it's shit like that where it's like,
yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it anymore, where I go, because they're going to get you. In a state where it's recreational legally, I think it was like, or you could have had medical at the time or something. I know they still had it there.
In Wisconsin?
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Yeah.
30 motherfuckers.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, because they've been medical for like
long
years
time
now, yeah. But they just got recreational. Like, no, are they? They're not even recreational.
I don't know, dude. But fucking all that for a $10 bag of weed, that's fucking predatory, dude.
God damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't blame you, dude.
Well, why'd you stop smoking weed?
No, I smoke. I stopped drinking.
Oh yeah.
I had to just too many close calls with cops, getting pulled over, being like, you can press your luck. So yeah, my wife is upstairs, kid upstairs. So yeah. No, you're good, dude. You're good.
Well, the reason why I asked that too is because there's a few things. You got you can't get no DUI.
Yeah.
You're a working comic.
I'm a working comic. I can't have a DUI.
It's like a trucker getting a DUI. You're fucked.
It's done. Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to have some fucking asshole opener like drive you, and you're like, I don't even like this dude. He's got to drive me.
There's so many headliners that are like that
because they lost their fucking shit. And then also it pisses off your wife, and it fucks up that whole dynamic. And then yeah, man, it's all bad.
It's a bad, getting a DUI would fuck over my life. And that's why I was like, I just gotta, and my thing was like, I would drink and drive regularly. Every time that I drink,
you gotta get home.
I'm going home. Like, I don't care. I'm driving.
And you get used to it. You know, that's another thing is.
I was good at it. Like, people would be in the car with me and they're like, yo, I couldn't tell that you were drunk when you're behind the wheel. Yeah. But then like I get out the car and like, yeah, you're fucked up.
Yeah. 100%, dude.
Yeah. So I had to for that reason. But all right, let's man, we got all right, we already talked about your history with the drinking, and you already said that weed is like your go-to. What's your craziest or most wild story that you have from drinking, or do you have one? Because you kind of like play it safe,
dude. You know what? Just dumb shit, man. Like it's just dumb shit. You know, just. I don't know, man. I mean, there's so many, like, it's like little dumb shit that like it all adds up. Dude, I remember in high school, my stepdad gave me like $20 and goes, he goes, don't go buying a case of beer with this. And we were going to a football game. Guess what? We bought a case of beer. Yeah. Guess what? I'm fucking walking to the concession stand. Two dudes are about to fight. One of their friends locks up with me. I'm a fucking stranger. This ain't. Guess what? Cops grab us. Boom. Next thing you know, my stepdad's picking us up, and I thought he was gonna smack me in the fucking mouth. That dumb shit and stuff, dude. I was drinking and driving down Southport on the north side, Southport and Belmont, and I remember in my ex-girlfriend's car, and I remember thinking, I was leaving an open mic, and I remember thinking, there's a bunch of parked cars. I remember thinking, like, dude, what if I sideswipe all these cars just to be a dickhead, right? Yeah. And then I had a thought, like, Eric, you're fucked up. Just get home and stuff like that. Just dumb shit, dude. Yeah. You know, fair it's enough, just, yeah. That's another thing is too, dude. I'm a fucking idiot when you get drunk. Like an idiot. At least when you smoke weed, it's just like, just chill out. You're chill. And it's dumb shit. Like, it's like silly. It's ha ha ha. I can't do shit when I'm high. I can't even go in public. Like I used to be able to go in public.
Yeah, I
don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird. Me too. I'm like, I do not. Smoking is strictly like me being at home. I've tried doing it a couple of times for like going out to comedy, but I'm like maybe after.
You get high and go on stage?
I've done it twice. Yeah, but I did it the 2 times that I've done it have been. I did get high one other time, but the 2 times I did it was like specifically for the show.
Yeah, but the times you got high. Oh, okay. So they wanted you to get high.
Yeah, it was my thing. I shot a special where I was high, and I did 2 different shows. So I got high during those. But otherwise, I don't like.
Yeah, because the only problem about getting high and getting on stage, like, look, if the stakes aren't that high, where it's like I don't give a fuck about this room right now, or whatever show it is.
Yeah.
But if the stakes are high, like you don't want to be high and you have to fucking windmill kick motherfuckers. And you know what I'm saying? And an MMA fight. Yeah. Like you don't want that, you know? Because then, especially now, then they get you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
To slip up and you're like, God damn it.
And also like with drinking too. Like you don't want to, I don't know, man.
You didn't drink when you got on stage, before you got on stage?
I would have like a beer, but like literally grab a beer, get up there just to wet the whistle and stuff like that. But hell no, dude.
Oh man, I would be drunk. There's one club, I work at this club, Skyline. You're good, dude.
Fucking bullshit. This phone won't go on silent. Just keep it going. I'm sorry.
I worked at
motherfucker.
I work at Skyline all the time. And
I used to do that club, dude.
It's one of
when Cliff owned it. I don't even know who owns it now and stuff.
Now it's
I know
a Bark
it's got new
Entertainment
owners.
Club. Yeah. And so I've been working there since the Bark took over. And that's like one club where I would be fucked up at.
They got
all
that
the time,
Water Street or whatever, that main downtown and get fucked up at.
Exactly.
That was some good times, dude, in that fucking place.
Exactly.
I damn walking over that Oneida fucking bridge drunk a few times and shit.
And I would do that before the show. I would get like drunk before the shows. I would go that club specifically because I had like a good relationship with the managers and stuff.
Yeah.
I would like go in the middle of the day, go watch it. I would get drunk to watch a movie, and then I would show up at the club like already like drunk and shit, and just
that's a good fucking room, man. Those are good crowds.
Yeah.
Dude. Those Wisconsin crowds are good crowds, man.
Some of the best.
Yeah. They still put you up in that condo, or that condo probably didn't come with the new owners?
No, the condo did come with the new owners.
Wow.
And then they sold the condo, I want to say like a year.
Yeah, when the prices were up, they go, fuck this.
Yeah,
Let's get some of our money back.
Yep. And now they just put you up in the hotel. So it's pretty.
The only thing about those fucking condos, dude, these comedy condos that they'll try to put you up in and shit like that, dude, is you got to be in there with fucking personality plus other comics where you're just like, I don't want to be in here with these motherfuckers. You ever done that before where you're just like...
Mine is, I've never had to like share with somebody. Like mine is always like if I have the condo, I'm in the condo by myself.
Yeah.
Like even when I featured.
Best.
Yeah, it's way better that way. When I featured up there and got the condo, it was... They put the headliner didn't want to stay in the condo, so they stayed in the hotel, and then they just
I don't blame them.
Let me stay in the condo.
Dude, that's how you're in there with like fucking
nut jobs.
Yeah. Right.
I've had the luck of not being like sharing a condo. There's not a lot of clubs that have condos anymore either.
Really?
Yeah, most clubs just put you up in a hotel if they even take care of the stay. So they're just mostly all. Maybe there are condos, but I haven't stayed in a condo. The Skyline was the only condo that I can remember that I stayed at. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But continue,
what were we talking about? I don't even fucking remember.
You were saying what was some of the craziest shit and stuff like that. But nah, dude, that's just it. I just can't look like an asshole anymore. Because first of all, I got my fucking wife. Like, I'm just trying to keep her off my back. I'm being dead serious. It's like, because it's just every day it's just like this shit already, let alone don't get in the fucking,
do some dumb
on her shit list.
Yeah, I feel you on that. All right, well, we got to the point now where you can just let the people know where to find you, all your social media, all that cool shit.
Bustin' Balls Podcast, Eric Pennell Comedy, man.
Bustin'
Real
Balls
simple.
Podcast. Yeah. What's the podcast about?
Oh, dude, it's just me on there just bitching about life now. Dude, I used to do, this is for the Burge for like 6.5 years with like Russ Williamson and a weed dealer and stuff like that. And those motherfuckers... It just fell apart after. I mean, it was a long time. It was a long run when you're doing like a long podcast like that, and they didn't want to do it anymore. I had all this podcast equipment. I didn't want to do a pod. Like, I don't like doing podcasts by myself. You ever do podcasts by yourself?
I have. Yeah,
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Because then I'm just on there ranting, and I just sound like an angry ass man and stuff. Like, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, you just become an old angry man.
Yeah.
All right, so Bustin' Balls Podcast.
Yeah.
And all the other social cool. And then You guys know where you can find me. It's Ken Hamlet on everything and A Drunken Night Out. Peace.